Welcome to VIBEMKR,
the podcast that cuts past the highlight reel and takes you straight into the raw behind-the-scenes stories of creatives and makers. I'm Carly, founder of The Good Vibe Media, a woman-owned and operated video production agency and a creative studio space. Every week on VIBEMKR, I sit down with filmmakers, creators, and creative entrepreneurs for a deep, honest conversation you don't typically hear. The late nights, the pivots, the breakdowns that shape the breakthroughs. These are the conversations and stories that make people like me and so many other creatives need to hear. This is a space for growth, for lessons, for community, a place where we learn from each other's real, unfiltered journeys. This is VIBEMKR. Let's get rolling.
Welcome to VIBEMKR, the series that goes behind the scenes of running a growing video production agency and creative studio space.
I'm Carly, founder and CEO of The Good Vibe Media and Studios.
And I'm Nicki, COO and partner of The Good Vibe Media and Studios. In this series, we dive into the wins, the challenges, and the lessons learned along the way of over 10 years of business, sharing the real talk for anyone building, creating, and scaling in the world of video.
Welcome back to another episode of VIBEMKR.
Bam, 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 bam.
A series of the VIBEMKR podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
Where
Hi.
Nicki and I dive in deep on all things vibes.
Vibes. This is a podcast about vibes.
This is a podcast about vibes.
Oh, man. Yeah, we are chatting all the things just behind the scenes of running a video production company and creative
studio space. Yeah. But we start every episode with a quick little vibe check. So to recap, every week with our team and during our team meetings, we do these vibe checks where we share wins, opportunities for growth, which AKA failures, where we're learning, where we're growing. So Nicki, you want to kick us off? How's your vibe check today?
Vibe checks are high. We are recording this probably a little bit earlier than it's going to come out. So all of this may be a little irrelevant at the time. But my win is we're launching, well, honestly, just this whole month of January, we really are busting out a lot of new services and new offerings and packages on studio and media side. And it ties in perfectly with our episode today, and just how exciting it is to be able to launch new offerings, like knowing that there's like a space that's missing, that our clients are requesting and really needing a lot of. So yeah, we have a lot of fresh things popping up for the Good Vibe Media, which feels really good because it's really not often that we're putting together like brand new packages and services. So that's my win, just having like such a strong team in place that's supporting all of this on both like the actual operations and the marketing of it all. It feels just really exciting, and yeah, that's my win.
I love it.
We are winning.
We are winning. That is a big
Putting out
one.
all winning vibes.
Yes. I'm going to piggyback off of that win.
Yeah.
More from like a studio perspective, because I know that yours was more media, but I think my biggest win this week is the Maker member offer that we added for the studio, because I'm just already seeing how it is going to be such an incredible offer to help so many other creatives. And it's like crazy to think that like it took us 4 years to to get this offer put together, but now seeing it live and really in action and how it's just exploding is and the quality of creatives that are joining. I mean, it's just like remarkable to me. So I feel like Maker member is my biggest win this week. Yeah.
I'm so excited. Yeah. Okay, my opportunity, I'm shifting gears a little bit, and this may not be relevant to everyone, but my opportunity is being a mom of a 2-year-old. Because let me tell you, it is not easy. I think that I'm learning like what people say about like, I mean, it's hard being a mom in general, but like I'm finding out the balance, and I don't even want to say balance because it's not the right word, but just really working and being a mom and the sleep schedules and finding a really good routine. And then that the next week being out the door and just like learning how to shift. You know this about me, but I really am like type A planner, which in some ways makes me a really good mom. But in other ways, I'm finding like a lot of that resistance, which is really hard. And like there's some days, literally last week, called Carly basically in tears, being like, I really need a pep talk right now. This stage is, I mean, my daughter's like the light of my life. She's seriously the best, but this age is like really hard. She turned 2 and I'm like, whoa, okay, this is what everyone was talking about. I know I got a lot of warnings. But yeah, it's just like this season of, you know, motherhood, I guess. And I still really consider myself a new mom because everything feels new, you know? Yeah, it's hard. And it's just like finding every day. I feel like there's things like this morning, you know, every day there's something that I'm just like, oh my God, like, you know, and I have these thoughts sometimes of like, this would be so much easier if I didn't have to do a million other things, you know, which I think is natural to feel. But also like shifting that opportunity mindset a little of just like being proud that like of you, of me, of both, you know, anybody that's out there, like that's still trying to build so much, you know, operating a business and also raising young kids. Yeah, it's just something I feel like I could probably talk about for hours because I'm like, holy shit, this is so intense.
Yeah.
But so rewarding also. It's the weirdest
sure.
thing. It is really weird.
Yeah,
You can
I
feel
know.
so many different emotions.
For sure. It's a roller coaster, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier too about how it's like some of the girls on our team, they're not mothers, you know, yet, but even reflecting on how like becoming a mom has really like sharpened our ability to like think quicker, not like sit on decisions. Like we can just move in a way that's much quicker than we ever could before we became moms. And I think that's why we work so well in like running a company, you know, is because you have to sharpen those tools. You have to find ways to like set boundaries with your time, with your capacity, with all the hats that you wear, you know, it's just like natural running an organization and a team and a business to always be working on that. So I'm proud of you, Nicki.
Thanks. I'm proud of you
It's
too.
always. And just like our kids are growing and evolving, so are we. And so is our creative business.
Yes. Amen.
It's all growth.
What a
it's
good
all,
shift.
it's all evolution. Well, I didn't share my opportunity.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
I
what
need to
is
share an
yours?
opportunity. I think I'm going to share an opportunity that's, again, it kind of piggybacks off of yours, but it is around time.
Yeah.
Something that we've started implementing within our team is like very detailed time tracking, which feels like micromanaging in a sense, but it's so not. It's actually amazing what you can discover when you start to get into the nitty-gritty around time and how you're using time and how much time you spend on this versus this. And that's something that I always need to lean into as an opportunity for growth because I am like I'm not type, well, I feel like I am type A in some ways, but I'm definitely not like you in the way of like being this organized, like spreadsheet. Like, no, none of that is in my language. So
You
far.
do have a great calendar though.
I know. You have rubbed off on me in the color coding calendar category, but I will say it's something that like I'm always, anytime I'm having like a week or like a phase that I'm going through where I feel so flustered and I'm like, oh, it always goes back to, well, I'm not managing my time.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I'm sitting on days, you know? So like, that's why I get so like flustered and frustrated and all of that too. So a biggest opportunity is like leaning into the time tracking, like really diving into that a little bit deeper to get more clarity and how I want to spend my time and where I can spend it to really grow, to feel like I'm doing the best job as a mom, to feel like I'm doing the best job and like leading a team and a company and serving clients, like to feel like I'm doing a good job in my fitness and my health. Like if I can't identify how I'm doing that with my time, like of course I'm gonna feel like a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and it's like I feel like we could do a whole episode on this because it's like even just like those buckets, like it's like knowing what like your priority buckets are and like feeding into those, like whether it's daily or weekly or whatever. let's mark that, because I think that might be a good, like, just what we've learned from this time tracking thing.
Yes, we
We
should.
should do an episode on it, because it's like, it's pretty interesting, like when you really sit down and like you're tracking your minutes. Oh
Yes.
shit. Okay.
Yeah. Knowledge is power, man.
Yeah.
Okay, let's segue in. You got a
Yes.
lot of good stuff to share
Oh
on
my
this
gosh.
topic.
Well, this is just something I think is like we're learning a lot. And like for reference, if people don't know, like you really have had, this is the 10th year of business for the Good Vibe Media, which is crazy. We'll let you know what the party plans are.
Yeah, true. We will be celebrating. That is for
Hell
sure.
yeah. You've had this business for almost 10 years now. And I think like the consistent thing, and I'm speaking specifically on Good Vibe Media, but is like producing high quality video for brands, events. We used to do wedding, but we've evolved, like we've changed our packages and structure and operations. Like we have such a good, strong foundation now on like what our offerings are. And such a good, strong team that are supporting those and making sure that we are producing the best work. But in the last like 6 months or so, there's been like a lot of talks about, what else we could provide. Like we live, our name, the Good Vibe Media, like the name media is so broad. Like the world of media is, ever evolving. It's changing, it's growing, it's shifting, it's all these things. And it's like, how are we as a company leaning into that and knowing that we are able to broaden our horizons while still supporting like our main mission and goal and team and all of that. And we don't have to get nitty gritty on like what exactly we're changing, but I think that it brings up such a good conversation of when to know like that it's time to bring on new services and new offerings and, kind of how to do that. Cause we're really like literally going through it right now.
Yeah. Okay. So then maybe you should share some of the indicators of like what were some things that happened or surfaced, or what were you hearing or seeing that made you realize it's time?
Yeah. Well, and there's two specific things that I'll hit on this because it's such a good question, but both of them kind of feed into each other. The biggest thing is the demand. Like we serve such a wide range of clients, and I'm like, even the last year or 2 years, like there's something that gets repeated over and over and over and over and over again on both these fronts. But one of them specifically is podcasting. Like, and we've dabbled, we've done smaller packages, but as most of you know, if you're listening or watching this, like this platform and this medium is literally not going anywhere. Like it is going to be the way of the future, I feel.
It's the new talk show, honestly. It's how everyone's gathering their information and
it's marketing.
Putting,
they're going to be streaming it on all these streaming
Netflix,
services. It's like it's not going anywhere. And it's like really time for us to like lean into that more. And so we are launching like a full service podcast production kind of extension of our business.
Which I will say, even producing VIBEMKR has really given us more confidence in saying, okay, yes, we've always known we could, but it's like, now we just did it for ourselves. Like we can do it for others.
And I think like the biggest, like just quick little tidbits, but it's like, I think the biggest thing is, the demand, but knowing that like you have the team or the resources to support whatever offering that is. Like it's so important for us to know that like, okay, when these new leads and this business is coming in, are we able to actually support this new service, this new offering?
Going back to time tracking, actually, that's a nice like play on that. Like to have the team that has the time to be able to execute,
And I think just like knowing, like the time, the resources, the team, and like for us, what we're doing is we really did a lot of like testing behind the scenes with clients we already have and services we're already doing, but is not launching it to everybody. Like it is limited. Like we're launching it to the public, but knowing that our spaces are limited for these services, because I think that's huge. It's like, it's not going to be the floodgates are opening and we're offering 15 memberships, it's going to be more curated and making sure that, we're the right fit for them. They're the right fit for us. But that supports our team and our, we have the systems in place, but like, we also don't want to burn out on that, and there is only so much time, like we know. So being able to like be really strategic about like, who this is for and who this is serving and the time it takes and all of that.
Yep, for sure. That kind of reminds me of, are we talking about Vibe Club too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. I mean, it's that alone right there is a big change.
For sure. No, it is big. But do you want to just talk about
Yes,
what that
I
is?
will.
Okay. Because it kind of goes along the same lines of like the podcast.
Yeah.
It just was such strong demand.
Yeah. And this is, again, we have, me and I, we have fought this
I know.
for a long
So
time.
hard.
But we have always like lived and breathed high quality video. Like that is what you come to us for.
Yeah.
But we're shifting that because
God,
again,
you know what I just realized? Sorry, I know you're going to go into this, but like I realize we're launching these offers because we're doing them ourselves.
yeah, we are. And again, it's
and I
team.
think that's
We have
why,
the team.
we feel like I think that's why we have like such strong confidence in like, our team and
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we are basically.
But I think people see that we're doing it too, and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's just like, the world of social media is ever evolving and changing, and like it's such a huge platform for video, and it's like we have the systems and the professionalism, the experience to be offering these things. Like we're not just like coming out of nowhere.
No.
You know, but we're launching like a UGC, like iPhone extension of our business, which is really exciting.
Oh my gosh. And it's not just like iPhone footage. It's like there is such an art behind, like, genuinely you can see Haley like when she is working with her iPhone, it is like Lisette working with her FX3. Like there is such an art in how, someone who knows how to use their tools like their iPhone. So I'm freaking pumped about
and
this
it's like
offer.
a membership.
And I've never been pumped about doing this before until Haley came along.
Yeah, Haley, I know, our girl. But she it's something that, like, again, and this is how I'm just sharing our experience because this is how we knew like it really was time. But like what we're offering, like high quality video, this is the same thing. You're getting a high quality team. You're getting high quality services, edits, stuff for your
strategy around it too. It's not just like, pulling this out of our ass.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much strategy and thought and intention that goes into every video and piece of content.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's like the biggest thing. And why we even wanted to do this episode is like, there's still that like small amount of fear of like, oh, are we going to be put into this box now because we're doing these new offerings? But it's like, no, at the end of the day, like everything that we're doing supports our mission.
Yep.
And that would be my biggest piece of advice. If like someone's considering like putting together a new package or a new membership or whatever it may be, even if it is like a little bit outside of like what they've been doing for 10 years, like do it, especially if you have the demand and like the resources to like execute, like obviously in a good way.
Yeah.
I would say do it because I think that, like, again, this creative world that we're living in is going to be shifting and growing, and it's always been that way, and it's not going to stop. So it's like, how are we, going with that flow by still like supporting our business and our, mission statement.
I would also say too, like when you find and identify your ideal customer and you have a handful of them under your belt and they're speaking to you so clearly about what their needs are, like that's another indicator of like, okay, this is a way that I can grow my business too by adding this offer to an ideal client that clearly needs it and wants, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's been a big part of our confidence in adding these additional offers too, because they always say like the best customer you can have is one that continues to spend more money with you. Like it takes so much to find new leads and gain new customers. It's like, how can you actually add more value to your current customers to keep them committed to you, loyal to you, spending more money with you, and serving them more. And I think that's like, when I think about both of these new offers that we've launched, it's like, it's because we had the demand from our current ideal clients too. Yeah.
And like, just like that trust is already there. So it's like, we know like they're going to trust us with this new format in whatever way it looks for them specifically. But yeah, it's exciting. I think like something else that comes up with this conversation that I know we've done a lot of too is like not only being not being afraid to launch these new services or offerings, but also not being afraid to take stuff away.
100%.
Because like we could go on and on about like things, even just like how weddings. Like, we're not like completely done with weddings, but it's not like our core anymore. Like,
Can we talk about that for a sec?
well,
When did
anybody
we
that lived
know?
through 2021, 2022 post-COVID wedding industry, we were bowing out hard after that.
Hard. But
Yeah.
let me tell you, I mean, it's like weddings actually created so much amazing business for us in the like beginning years of, the company existing. And after 2020 and also like being mothers and like we just kind of realized that and being business owners too, I think we realized that we feel so passionate about helping businesses and brands tell their stories and events and things like that too. And also wanted to gain some of our weekends back. Because let's be honest, when you're working in the wedding industry, you don't have a life on the weekends. And that's really hard when you have kids. So.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard when you're serving businesses also.
100%.
Because then it's like, I remember 2021, 2022, it's like, anybody in the industry knows like there was an influx of weddings, like because obviously everybody got for a year or 2 years, things were postponed.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, not only were we serving all these brands during the week, but then we're also serving all these couples on the weekends. And it's like, what a gift. That's amazing. But also like being realistic, like this is not aligned with like the lives that we want to live. And, and like I said, like we still do a lot of weddings and events and we're not ever going to say like we'll never do it again, but it is like we knew.
No,
like,
if you're going to take us to Amalfi Coast in Italy and on a private yacht, no, I'm just saying. Very clear on that vision board. But wait, can we talk about even studio add-ons that haven't, or I'm sorry, not add-ons, but offers that haven't worked too? Because this is another one that came up on top of mind where there's been so many things that we've done in the studio that we've launched that haven't worked. But one that is like fresh in my mind is our camera add-on.
Well, even like on top of that is even like these like run and gun, like one-off podcast offerings. Like you think, and what a lot of people would perceive is that, somebody's just sitting there operating a camera for 30 minutes to an hour. That's what people think. But again, anybody that's listening that's in the industry knows that's
how can we educate?
2%. I'll educate you right now. Listen, okay, here we go. Let me break it down for you. This set that you see here was about an hour and a half of setup. We are using probably over $20,000 maybe worth of equipment.
Cameras, lighting, lenses, memory cards, microphones.
Cables, cords, furniture. I mean, literally everything in this room, which obviously you're not seeing the behind the scenes, but that alone, of course, yes, you need knowledge to operate a camera. I don't care what anyone tells you. You have to know what camera settings are, which again, takes experience, takes knowledge. You're paying for that. Once you leave the building, when you're done, it's hours of transferring footage. Podcasting takes a lot of space, storage. Shall I go on? How you deliver those to the client takes a lot of time, money. Dropbox is not cheap, or whatever service you're using to transfer large files. So anyway, I could go on and on about this. So that's what
just
I'm saying.
try doing it by yourself once.
Anybody
and
will
then
know.
You will understand.
Yeah. So it's like, it's so much more than just pressing record on a camera. And again, we may think, oh, it's easy to do. It's easy to do. Like, let's just do it for them. Let's just do it. We talk about this literally all the time, but it's not. It takes time. And even if it's easy, it's time consuming and time
is money,
baby. So I think, like one thing that we have stripped is we are not doing like one-off podcasts. We're not doing hourly rates for videographers for podcasting. We have one package. There's 3 tiers within that package, and that's it. And it's like that is going to
it's top. Every single package that we have within that every tier, I guess I should say, of within the package, you're getting the high level, high quality. Like what you see here on this podcast is what we deliver. Because in the studio, we've even like we bought GoPros. Remember that? When we first opened the studio, I was like, oh, we'll get 3 GoPros and we'll just have that as an add-on. what the hell?
Yeah.
No, that was
We've
terrible.
gotten, like we've invested.
And then we got 2 of the Sony, like smaller Sony cameras. And we were like, okay, well, for someone that just wants to rent the camera for $50, they could rent that. But then the thing is like no human being is operating the camera. And these people that are using these cameras don't know how to use a camera. So the exposure will get off, the camera will overheat.
Focus.
Something will happen where then it looks bad on us because, you know,
Yeah.
they're like, well, this is and it's like, no, actually it's more user error than it is the camera. But like, again, it's just all trial and error. We're all like learning through it all, but now we feel so confident and secure. And like, we want to deliver the most high quality experience in the studio and for the content that people.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, it's like whether you're adding or removing services that you offer, it's like being confident in that, you know, and knowing that like, okay, this may mean that we don't serve this bucket of people anymore, but that's okay because, you know, it's like, again, we're still here for support. We're still here, the studio space, you know, it's like they still have an amazing studio to record in. So it's, I feel like just so strongly that like being okay with the fact that like we may not be everybody's team anymore, but we're good, you know, like we are going to be the right team for the right people.
Yeah, for sure.
And like being confident in that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is a good one.
I hope so.
Yeah, no, this is good. It's helpful.
I'm like,
helpful
I always feel fired up when we talk. Hopefully other people relate.
Okay, should we wrap it up with a little homework, as we like to say?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the assignment?
Are we, the assignment is...
Well, we should do something around offers maybe.
Yeah, like maybe, well, I think the biggest thing like with these like homeworks, assignments is really just like getting conversations started because while it is fun for us to talk to each other, like I like to hear what other people are thinking and saying. So like if you are running a business, whatever business it may be, like hearing like your perspective on it. Like, was there a time that you were like, yep, I need to add this or I need to take this away? How did you do it? Because again, like we're always learning. We always will be learning. Like I love learning from other people and other business owners, even if it's a completely different industry, like it's all relevant, you know?
Yes, totally.
So drop your offer story.
Yeah, drop an offer story. I think that's helpful. Whether you added or took away an offer, we want to hear about that.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys.
We'll see you
next
month.
Next month.
Peace.